So for this today's topic, as I told you, what is the planning phase and what are the objectives of the project planning, and what is the scope of the software, right? And what is the size estimation? What are the types of size estimation? So these things we'll be discussing today. Okay. Fine. So in order to conduct a successful software project, we must understand the following, right? That is, if you want to or implement a successful software project, right? What are the things you require, right? What are the things? What are the main objectives of what is that project planning? That is what we are going to discuss now, right? So first one is the risk to be incurred, right? That is, see, if you are starting a project, first you should identify or analyze what are the risks available in that particular project. That you have to identify it. Because while you are doing the project, suddenly you are facing a risk, you should be able to solve, or you should be able to manage those risks, right? So the risks to be incurred, right? What are the risks available for this particular project before starting the implementation, right? That you should identify it. Right? So that is what the first objective. The second objective is the resources required. Right? So you have to calculate or you have to identify the resources required. Right? So it should not be less than that. It should not be more than that. Right? So you have to identify the correct, exact resources, and then you have to identify the scope of the work to be done. Right? So what is the scope of the work? Right? Say, for example, for this particular project, once you have completed, whether it attains the scope of the work, right? That you have to identify. So, what is the scope of that work to be done, right? That you have to identify. Then the tasks to be accomplished. What are the tasks available, and what are the tasks to be completed? So, all this to be identified. And then, what is the cost of it? What is the cost of the project? What is the total cost or total budget for the project to be completed? Right? That you have to identify. And then you have to identify the schedule of it. So what is the schedule, and how much time it will take to complete the particular project, right? That you have to identify. So all these things should be identified. You may be asking a question, sir, how to identify all these things, right? Without doing a project. Yes, we can able to identify it, right? There are methods how to identify those things, right? All these things we will discuss now. Okay, so how to identify those particular details or objectives? We'll see. First, the software scope. So with the help of user requirements, the project management team determines the scope of the project before the project begins. Right? The project management team determines the scope of the project. So first they will determine the scope of the project. Right? What is the scope? Right? What is the scope of the project? That they'll identify it. And then they'll provide, the scope provides a detailed description of what, right? Functions. What are the functions of a project, of that project, right? What are the features of that project? What are the constraints? What are the interfaces, right? All these things will be available once you are able to identify the scope of the project, right? The scope will be providing these things. What is the functions? What are the functions? What are the features? What are the constraints? Right? What are the interfaces? Right? All these things we can able to detailedly describe this, right? And then to be precise, the project scope describes the following. What are those? The elements included and excluded in the project. So the elements included and excluded in the project. The processes and entities. What are the processes and what are the entities? And what are the functions and what are the features required in software according to the user requirements. So this will detailedly describing the scope of the project. Okay, so project scope describes the following, right? These three things will be describing, right? That is what your software scope. So as a whole, what is the software scope? So software scope actually provides the detailed description of functions, features, constraints, and interfaces, right? That is what your software scope. Okay, fine. Now, these scope, right? These software scope can be categorized into five blocks, right? So how step by step we can able to plan the activities, right? How step by step we can able to plan the activities, that we will see. First, you have to identify the size of the project, You may be asking, sir, how to identify the size of a project before doing the project? Because once you started writing the code, then only you'll be able to identify the size of it, right? How much lines of code will be there, what are the functions available for the particular code, right? All these things only when we are doing the design part. Now we are actually doing the planning part, right? Right. The next phase is the design part. So at least the design part only we will be able to identify the size of it. So how can we able to identify the size now itself? Yes, there are methods, right? There are methods to identify the size of the project. So for the time being now, what is the size estimation? Size estimation is what is the size of the project you are going to implement, right? What is the size of the total size of the project? Okay. So in terms of say lines of code. So for example, for a particular project, the size estimation will be say 20,000 lines of code, right? 20,000 lines of code. That is your size estimation. Okay. So once you identify the size, what you can do is you can identify the cost estimation, right? What is the cost of it? So for example, say 20,000 lines of codes. So what is the cost to be estimated, right? What is the cost for implementing that 20,000 lines? What is the cost for the project, which is 20,000 lines is there now? So that what is the cost for that, right? That we have to estimate. And then to develop that 20,000 lines, what is the time to do it, right? What is the development time to do it? Okay, so you have estimated the size. Based on the size estimation, what you are estimating is the cost estimation and also the development time. Okay, fine. Once these two things are identified, what you are doing, you are going to identify the resources. So how many employees required? How many employees required, right? So that is what your resources. So how many computers required? How many computers with this particular size required, right? So that is the specification of the computer, right? So all these are coming under the resources. Okay. So what are the resources required? Once you identify the resource, you can able to schedule. Okay, and before this particular month, we can able to complete the project. That is the project scheduling. So you can able to schedule the project. See, first when you identify the size estimation, you can able to identify the cost as well as the development time, and also you can able to identify the resources required, and also you can able to identify the project scheduling, right? So all these things are the various planning activities. So today what we are going to discuss is the size estimation, how the size is estimated.